has come out.
It's the witching hour. That is so creepy. Hello guys and dolls, and welcome to my Malice in Wonderland tutorial. Check out my blog to see extra ideas for costume accessories and things of the like, and also a recipe on how to make fake blood, without which the blood of my enemies would never taste so sweet. I hope you enjoy it, or else. For primer today I used Urban Decay Primer Potion, and once it's all smoothed out over the lid, I'm going to call in the big guns. I'm going to be using a little bit of Scotch tape. What I do is I first get a piece of tape and stick it to the back of my hand so it's less sticky when I go to put it on my delicate eye area. And then when I go to place it, I imagine that there's a line between my nose going up towards the outer part of my eyebrow, and tend to place the tape along that line. It helps me get it even on both sides. Next, I'm using a super black waterproof liner to line my upper lash line and my whole lid really. What I do is I like to start at the lash line, making sure I get it really wiggled into the lashes. Then to stamp it to the upper eyelid, I'll look up hard, and this will create a frame where I know I want to fill that whole area in with the black pencil. Then I'm using a fluffy brush to sort of blend out that liner because I don't want there to be any weirdness going on. I want it to look very blended. My eyeshadows today are going to be from the Blue Had Me at Hello palette from Wet n Wild. I love this palette, it's so worth getting. I'm starting out with the turquoise, sort of turquoise golden color in the palette, and I'm going to place that above where we place the black, so pretty much almost mixing it all together and just blending that along the crease line, rocket in the socket, whatever terminology helps you remember where to put it. With the same brush, I'm going to pick up the Pearly Deep Blue from this palette and place that underneath the turquoise shade, but blend it in a little bit and also blend it onto the lid. This one's sort of like the middle ground color. It's sort of helping everybody along and acts as a transition between the crease and what will eventually be the lid color. My highlight today is my regular face powder. I'm using this with a big fluffy brush just to blend out the edge of the turquoise shadow and make it look nice and smooth and blended and awesome. The last eyeshadow I'm going to use is a blackened navy sparkly amazing color, and I'm just placing that all over the bottom portion of the lid to make it all magical and dark and glittery and awesome. You could use black, but this is so much better. The next thing I did is I removed the tape, and I always remove the tape from the bottom up. Next, I'm taking a makeup removing wipe. It's super important whenever you're doing any kind of blue shadow to make sure you don't have fallout all over your face, because then you'll look tired. I want a nice bold pop of true blue on my lower lash line, so I'm taking the Mulan Liquify Auto Propel pencil in blue, and I'm applying that all along the entire lower lash line, making sure to avoid the inner rim. Keeping the inner rim clean will actually make my eyes look larger and will help the blue line to stand out more. Next, I'm taking a little bit of Ben Nye's cake liner and a angled brush, and I'm starting to map out where I'm going to place the oversized curved lips. So I'm kind of making a little bit of a oversized lip for myself. I'm drawing it way outside my natural lip line on the outer edges and sort of making it meet my natural cupid's bow but slightly above. But it kind of looks like a pencil mustache, very John Waters. How you doing? I wanted to make sure that the cupid's bow was super curved and super rounded, so I took a little extra time to make sure I was getting the shape that I wanted before I finished the rest. And when it comes to drawing the curve, I found that it was easiest to go from the bottom up to create where I wanted it to be placed. So as you can see, I'm kind of beginning that. It's a little bit of a process to figure out the placement, since your own natural lip shape, not just the lips itself, but the skin around it will also affect how you want it to be shaped. I wanted mine to be very curved and very creepy, so you can see I'll open my mouth sometimes and sort of check how the shape will look as I move my mouth. That's another thing. Sometimes when you do this, it'll look weird when you move your mouth certain ways, so you have to be very careful about where you're placing everything. Once I have the framework of the blackened lips mapped out outside my natural lip line, I wanted to fill in my lips with an actual black lipstick. So this is MAC's Lip Mix in black. It's a pro product. The pro products are now available on the MAC Cosmetics website to everyone, which is amazing, so yay! I like this because it has the texture of a regular lipstick, but of course it's black. And it's easier to mix the colors because they come in these little squeezy tubes. So really I'm just filling it in. It's not terribly exciting at this point. Let's move on. I filled the entire lip in with black, but I decided I wanted to have a pop of red in the center. I placed a makeup removing wipe in my mouth and dragged it out, or whatever, so that I would have like a bald spot where I could then apply the red lipstick. The red lipstick I used today is from Wet n Wild. It's called 911D, also known as Stoplight Red. It's a nice true blue red. And then I used a brush to sort of blend the two colors together because I didn't want there to be an obvious line between the two. After applying foundation to my entire face, I used a highly pigmented concealer. This is the Makeup Forever Full Coverage Concealer. And I'm using a thin flat brush to apply that just along the lip line without actually going over it. It was a little tricky. You can see I'm sort of curving it up at the end. This will make any lip color that you do stand out, but it's especially important when you do some sort of exaggerated shape like this. After I applied all of the concealer, I took another flat brush and used the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Light to set the concealer. If you'd like to know what shades I use for concealer, foundation, etc., I'll have a list of everything on my blog. For blush today, I used Wet n Wild's Heather Silk. It's a nice, not really bright pink, but it's a nice pigmented, cool pink. It sort of adds that creepy factor to have dolly cheeks, I think. So don't be afraid, apply a lot. For lashes today, I used Red Cherry number 47. They're some of my favorite lashes because they're very frayed out and almost look natural, but they're a little too long to be natural. You might notice a little white blobby of glue on the other eye. I like to put a little extra blob of glue on the inner corner since that's the part that tends to lift on me the fastest. If you also have that issue, try it out. You might like that. Just be careful if you decide to try this tip because I don't want you to get glue in the eye. Then I took the very pale aqua color from this palette and applied that just on the inner corner to give the eye a little bit of pop.
Hey everybody, today we are getting bloody. This is Mr. Vintage or Tacky here, and I got me a can of fake blood spray.
Did you get some on you?
Alright, do you want drips?
Oh yeah, I want Hello Blood. Oh, that looks cool. Do more down on the skirt. Ah, I want to do some.
Just wipe quickly. Wipe.
I'm not wiping, I'm trying to stain it in that one spot.
Okay, wipe.
There. That kind of looks like a bloody
There you
handprint.
go.
Yeah? Yeah? Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go wash it.
Now we're a bloody mess. Ah.
Now that I have my costume on, I'm gonna put on these press-on nails. They're just like a kit or whatever that I got from Spirit Halloween. I just press them on. I actually already have them in order. I sized them earlier so that I would know which ones to put on which nails, that when the time came it was quite easy to just press them on. The next thing I'm going to show you is this eye patch. This is completely optional. This is actually from like a costume thing for Alice in Wonderland. Like so. It's actually probably best to put it on underneath the hair, but I think I'm just going to skip it because I feel like this makeup is too cool to cover up. So there you have it. That is my Malice in Wonderland tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to see better photos of this, I'll have everything on vintageortacky.com. And as always, remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be yourself.